All right, so got a two-part question that just came in that I thought could really help a lot of people. The first part of the question is how to actually get to 5,000 followers very quickly on TikTok so that you can get access to TikTok affiliates. And then the second part of the question is, once you do get accepted to TikTok affiliates, what products should you look out for? What's the best way to approach it? How do you get sales fast? And best strategies to kind of focus on. So the easiest way to get to 5,000 followers on TikTok, hands down, is to run ads to get followers on TikTok. Now, I'm not talking about promote. I'm literally talking about in the back end of TikTok Ads Manager. So go to ads.tiktok.com, sign up if you don't have a business manager already, and then link your TikTok account to it, and you'll be able to run ads like I'm talking about here. Now, by doing it this way and not promoting, it's going to be stupidly cheap to get them, and you can get there realistically in a day or two. You want to run ads to 3 specific countries, okay? That will get you the cheapest CPM or the cheapest followers, okay? That's going to be Turkey, Morocco, and Egypt. And you also want to set your budget cap when you're doing this to 2 cents per bid. That way the followers are stupidly cheap, okay? And it makes sure that you don't overbid on them. Now, as for what creative to run in that ad, you can do a number of different things. There's a number of strategies out there, but the best success that I've had is by using viral CapCut templates and just putting your own spin on them. That's gonna make sure that the template and what you make the video in as a whole is relatable, not just in the US or wherever you are, but to a global audience, because obviously we're running it to those countries, and that's who's gonna see the video as an ad. Now, I usually give the example of soccer templates because obviously that has a global audience that everyone can relate to. But recently I did one on not getting followers overnight and seeing a ton of other people do that and wishing that I was able to like everybody else. Again, that's a global audience, okay? So that's a key concept there when you're doing this. And I've gotten 5,000 followers for like 50 to like $100 typically. The cheapest I think ever was right over 50. The most expensive was like 140, but it's typically within that $50 to $100 window, which is stupidly cheap for 5,000 followers. And the ability to then make money via TikTok affiliates is hands down worth it. Now, I do have a video up on YouTube that will walk you through all of this. Let me show you right here. I don't know if you can see that, how to get 5,000 real TikTok followers in a day. And you can see I'm just walking everybody through the back end of my ads manager. Yeah, that was a $92 cost right there. So pretty cheap for that one in that video. I've since gotten better at it, but that video will walk you through the entire process. Now, as for once you're approved for TikTok affiliates this way, I would then just focus on the best product. So try different products out and see what works for you, and then double down on a product when it starts to hit. And you'll know when a product is working versus when it isn't. It's not gonna be like super close. The results will slap you in the face and you will know. You will get a lot more views, you'll get a lot more sales than when you're trying other products or other video variations, and you will know. Now, I always recommend trying a few different video variations though, right? So like, don't just make one video per product and assume it's a failure. You need to make enough volume to then make sure that it is working or it isn't. That's gonna allow you to find out very quickly if it does work, and if it does, then that's great, and if not, then just move on to the next product. Now, I typically make at least 5 variations before I give up on a product. And as far as what product to choose and how to actually choose a product, I would just use Data. There's a ton of strategies out there, but that's the easiest way to do it and the fastest way to do it. Do product research using Data. I have a ton of tutorials on how to use this software on, again, my YouTube channel. Here's another one just to show you. My TikTok shop secret weapon, find trending products people go crazy for, Data tutorial. You can see I'm just walking through the back end of Data. I've used this and recommended this software for, I don't know, 2 years now. It is phenomenal. But that's really all it is. Do product research to find hot products and then test them with videos to see if they work or not. Stupidly simple, right? If they don't, move on. It's totally fine. If they do, then double down and ride that out until it's over. A lot of people think that just using Data or a software is going to be the hack of hacks. It's going to spoon feed them the products. And while that is somewhat true, and I do say that in the hooks of my YouTube video because it is somewhat true, you still, it's not a proven be-all, end-all, right? It's just the starting off point. I like to liken it as a runway, or a better metaphor would be like climbing a building, right? Let's say it's a skyscraper. The top of the skyscraper is success on TikTok affiliates or TikTok shop, and you are starting at the bottom floor. Using a software like Data doesn't guarantee that you're gonna be super successful right away. Instead, all it does is gets you started further up top. So you're starting on like the 30th floor or the 60th floor or whatever. It gives you that jumping off point, that head start, so you can get there faster. And one more thing that I wanted to add to that is when you do inevitably find a hot product this way, you definitely want to milk it for all it's worth, but don't just stop there. You want to sprinkle in other products as well so that you're testing to find other hot products. And you might have a few different ones that are going off at once, but the worst thing that you could do is get caught up just on that one and get content with it. And then everything comes to a screeching halt once that product inevitably finally dies off, which will happen. Maybe that's a week from now. Maybe that's a month from now. Maybe it's 2 months and you really, really milk it. But regardless, you always want to be trying new products and sprinkling them in there. It doesn't have to be the main thing, but always keep testing, right?